I was a pastry chef at a certain unnamed restaurant. Very good restaurant, upscale casual, and I just started being my normal dumbass self and just goofing off in the back. I made these things that got dubbed inappropriate plates. Basically, I would do chocolate writing on plates. Normally, they just wanted happy birthday, happy anniversary, congratulations plates, whatever, all in fancy little cursive.
Of course.
So I started doing some real dumb shit that the owner told me I had to stop. I started just doing really offensive plates. One plate I wrote, it was help, I'm being held hostage in the back and being forced to write in chocolate on stupid plates.
That's great.
Pokemon Go had just come out, and it was, this crazy popular game. So towards the guest, I wrote, hey, there's a Pokemon behind you. And then facing the other guest, I wrote, hey, he turned around, steal all his shit. Like, I was full on writing curse words on these plates.
That's funny.
The owner fucking hated them.
You're a fucking menace. That's beautiful.
No, I would get a bunch of inappropriate shit on the plate.
And we are back. Hello. Welcome, world, and good evening, Atlanta. Welcome to Banter. My name is Devin Lewis. We are here for our finale of the season. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right. As always, I am here with my co-host, MJ. We have some fun guests in here today. We got Wes, Nicky, and Craig here with us today for our beautiful final episode. How are we doing today, folks?
Good.
Pleasure to have you.
So excited.
Oh, my God. This is great.
I'm excited.
8 damn weeks, guys. I mean, it's just been a lot of fun. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say and learn a little bit about y'all today. So let's get rolling. Let's go ahead and get to meet everybody. Ladies first. Nikki, take it off, girl. Where are you from? Talk to us about yourself.
I'm Nikki. I moved here about a year and a half ago from Florida.
Awesome.
Connecticut originally. And I've been in the service industry since I was about 14.
Wow.
And on and off. I mean, I had a couple other jobs here and there. Had my own business, but I'm back in it right now. So.
Amen. Good for you.
That's where I'm at.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Wes?
My name is wesfuji. Born and raised here in Georgia. I've been in the service industry for about 16 years now.
Wow.
Since I was, I'll be 31 next week. So.
Amen, baby.
Yeah.
90s kid.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday, bro.
Yeah. Work at Crabapple Tavern. So.
Shout out to Roswell, Georgia. Beautiful area. Thank you very much, Wes. Craig?
Well, my name's Craig.
Chef Craig.
Chef Craig. Chef D.
Yeah, we got a chef in the house, guys.
I've been in Atlanta since basically 2012, and service industry just as long. So
damn, dude, that's like when I graduated high school, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm old.
Oh no, you're seasoned.
I turned 40 next month. So
kudos to you. All right, everyone. It's good to have y'all here today. Let's get to know y'all a little bit. Y'all were kind of chatting it up while I was setting up, talking about some social issues. MJ, would you like to enlighten everyone on? Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Where are my manners? So first and foremost, we are sipping on some good stuff today. We took a little bit of a West Coast spirit and we brought it down to Georgia and gave it a little bit of our peachy twist. We are drinking Georgia Peaches. It's going to be a cocktail on the rocks, served with a Breckenridge bourbon, pineapple juice, and a little bit of peach schnapps and OJ. Very, very simple, very potent and dangerous. It's definitely a porch pounder. It's dead June summer. I mean,
it's a sneaker.
It's a sneaky one, yes. Very dangerous, very dangerous. And we got some pineapple jalapeno shots on the side because y'all know we like to toast a lot. So cheers, everyone. Thanks for being here on the show. And let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's make some memories.
Let's do it.
As I was teeing up, MJ, y'all were kind of touching on a beautiful subject. What were y'all kind of talking about when I kind of came in here?
We were having a great discussion about how I've noticed, and then she agreed with me, that when the bill gets to the triple digits, the 100 plus, that a lot of people seem to think that $20 is like an okay tip. And believe me, if the check is $100, 20 is great. Right. But if the check is $200, 20 is only 10%. So it's like, I feel like sometimes people think that like, oh, it's a 20, it's a blessing, and it very well can be. Absolutely. I'm not trying to seem ungrateful like at all, but like
if we're talking about
I
percentages,
think yes, normal people that do not work in the industry don't understand percentages, and they just go based off what they think sounds right.
Right.
Oh, it's 180, 20 sounds right. Let's just make it a solid 200. Like it sounds right, but that doesn't mean that it matches up percentage-wise, and it doesn't match up with the service that you got. And I think that, we were saying this earlier, how like I grew up going to Catholic school, as my friend over here did, and we'll touch into that later. But we were saying how, I took an etiquette class going to Catholic school, and it taught you about different, like how to eat and what fork to use and shit like that, and how to tip properly. And I think that everyone should fucking take a class on, first of all, how to dine properly at a restaurant, and second of all, how to tip properly at a restaurant. Because, we work hard.
Class,
we work really hard for our tips. And a lot of servers and bartenders I know, we're very prideful, and we take pride in the service that we give out. So we want to be tipped accordingly.
The tip is in the culture, right? The reflection of the performance, typically.
Of course. If it is subpar, then, tip as you see fit. But
Right.
I think prices are raising a lot more too, even within the past 5 years. So it's hard for like a couple that used to go out about 10 years ago that were spending maybe $60. Now they're spending about 100, 120 easily. So you get a couple drinks and things like that, and they're like, "Here's $20," but it's not great if the bill is 170. Like you got kind of even people that were like older generation, they're still tipping 15%
And that's a thing here, because Atlanta has grown so rapidly in a very few many years. So I can totally see how like people that have been living here for 10, 20, 30 years, they're not used to the prices that are going on now. And I get that, because right now, like, shit, where I work, an espresso martini is $18.
I know.
So, but I listen, it is the best espresso martini you will have. Let me just say that. But drinks are expensive. And I think that you hit it on the nail where, the real OGs to Atlanta aren't used to those prices, and I get it. But we have to get used to it. The city's growing, and we have to get used to the inflated prices, unfortunately.
Well, the costs are going up for the servers and bartenders too.
Yeah.
So,
right.
With that, everything you need to buy outside of work is also going up in price, and you need that higher price point tip.
Yeah,
so
inflation is a classless problem.
You're working that $200 table to go ahead and make up for that, table that ordered $35 and a split Caesar salad and left you $5.
Correct.
It happens.
Little Caesar guys.
Also, what I want to say on when you were saying that like $100 tab, $150 tab, or $200, like a lot of that, like it could be a huge party of just like older women, like single, like 60s, all separate checks. And you don't know if you want to autograph that, or maybe it could be your lucky day. But
can we talk about that real quick? Like the fear. It's like,
let's go to the autograph.
You feel like, all right, I'm vibing with the table, but I'm scared. Like y'all feel like that way, right? Like you feel like you're vibing, and you feel like if you don't autograph, then you should be good. But if then you don't, and you're like, what the fuck? I thought I was being like my most charming fucking self. Like
it's a dice roll.
It is.
A dice roll. Even when you had the report, right? Because I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's true. Like those of you just don't know what the hell we're talking about. For those of you who are in the industry, auto gratuity is what we're talking about, and that's of course what most servers and bartenders will damn near classify as insurance for us to get the bare minimum of what we deserve
for big parties.
For large parties, five or more, which should be reserved and called ahead of time.
Thank you.
Always, anywhere. Okay, sorry. Continue, please.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's a draw, and
it is.
You really have to decide. Like, fuck it. Am I just gonna take the chance? And for the most part, so this is how I do it. if I'm gonna gamble and the servers and the bartenders watching, please, in the comments, let us know how you handle this. I handle it personally by, I go to the check and I put the 20% on. I see what it should be. What the auto grad will be, $75, $90. And I'm like, all right. I think this table will give me if it's 90, I'm like, I feel like they'll give me a solid 120. Like, and for the most part, every time I don't put it on, they give me more.
Right.
So I really just, I go based off what I see the 20% is, and I'm like, yeah, I know my table got me. Like, I know they're not giving me just that shit.
Right.
And every time I do that, I get blessed with more. So I think you have to like
Right.
really just, it's
And
a tough call.
It is, because most of the time, that takes up half your section.
Yeah,
And, like,
and
I
a
just
lot
have
of your
this party.
time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
a lot of
then
your time.
sometimes you might not get sat. You might get like skipped multiple times on like a rotation.
Oh, for sure,
Dude,
because
these are
you just
financial
gotta.
yeah, sorry.
Right. So it's just like,
Right. Those are financial opportunities that are missed because of that party, so they should be aware of that. And most people aren't; they're not taught that. But you're 100% correct, Wes. In your mind, because you're paying bills,
right.
that's a factor. That's serious.
It is.
I hear you.
But like you said, it was like, oh, maybe I can get this out of it. And you're like,
Yeah.
And sometimes when you think that and then you see the result, you're like,
Yeah,
don't wanna-
I always, like I said, I always put the 20 on, and when I see what it is, then I gauge like, do I think they'd like me enough to give me more than the 20%? And if I think they really fucking with me, then I don't put it on. And for the most part, I always get blessed. But like yesterday, A1 fucking service. It was these 5 older women. It was this guy and like his mom and like her 4 or like 3 buddies. So they're like 60 plus. And then like the son who's like in his 40s. So I'm like, oh, I got this in the
Right.
bag. Them bitches didn't tip me shit.
I was gonna say it.
And I was being so goddamn nice. They were there for like 3 fucking hours, and they were drinking all these fucking
3 hours.
wines and shit.
And I hate
I'm
to
like-
discriminate, but some older women in their 60s are gonna tip him a little bit better. Give him.
And you know what it was? You know what it was? Listen,
Then they are
and
for
and this comes down to what we were saying earlier.
true.
How the man puts the card down, but the woman signs the check.
Yes.
This was one of them cases. So.
Oh no! Wait.
see that.
Please disclose that for the gentlemen out there who don't know what the hell y'all are talking about. Ladies,
I mean, do
take
you
it
want to
away.
explain, babe?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Take it away.
So what I was saying was, a lot of times, whether it's a group of like couples or just a husband and a wife, the husband always puts the card down, but the wife grabs the check, and that bitch wants to put the tip.
Damn, king and queen
And-
service there.
Pardon?
It's like king and queen service. I like that.
Yes, and it's like, and I always, you're taught to engage the wife when you're dealing with couples.
mean,
You engage,
yeah,
but some bitches are a tough nut to crack.
Wall is up as soon as
Yeah,
they sit down.
and they
I'm
just
like,
have you're putting out your funniest joke. You can't even, the bitch don't even crack a smile. But the husband's like grinning cheek to cheek and shit. So you're like, what the fuck do I do?
knee
You know?
slapper.
You can't decrease your hotness, which is part of the
right.
problem.
So it's like, sometimes you're fucked from the jump because that nigga think you're funny, but the wife ain't having shit.
That's why you
All
had
because
that
she hasn't made him laugh
20%.
in months.
No, dead ass, because it's hard, but
Don't play no games. If they like you, they
No,
can tip
for
you
real.
on
Like,
top.
sometimes,
Don't laugh at the house when I have quality time with you.
right. Like that bitch be like, you ain't laughing at my jokes like that.
waitress.
Bitch, that's what I get paid for, to be funny and be cute. The fuck? No, but yeah, I mean,
They get salty, man. I see it. It goes both ways too.
it sometimes
shit.
it
does.
sucks. It
happens
sucks because you give, like I said, we go into this giving great service regardless. Even if you piss us off and you extra fucking needy, I'm gonna give you the best service because I want like, the best tip, and
Right.
the only way to ensure that is to give the best possible fucking service. So it just kind of sucks when like you do your all and the wife is just being like catty and you're like, damn bitch, like
Yeah.
that nigga fat as hell anyway. But let's cut to somebody else.
Oh, that was hilarious. Craig. So you're more. I know you've been doing everything. You've done literally you've done like every position in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So top to bottom, I would say like talk to us about like what back house was like for you and kind of like enlighten us on that.
So, I mean, they're very different, but also strangely the same. Back of house, it's a lot more physically demanding, but a lot less mentally taxing. I mean, you can basically think of it as, I guess, a giant frat party or some shit.
That's what it looks like
yeah,
when I'm back there.
You, like goofing off all the time, having
Yeah.
fun. Like, somebody will bring in a case of beer or a fucking bottle or some shit. You just shoot out the back and like you're just getting fucked up all night and having fun, cooking food and just bullshitting around. And it's pretty cool. I have some incredibly stupid stories of some incredibly stupid things I've done.
Are you willing to share story time?
Of course, that's why I'm here, right?
Batter up, sir. What you got?
All right. So, at this one restaurant, I was a pastry chef.
Address the public.
The public. I was a pastry chef at a certain unnamed restaurant. Very good restaurant, upscale casual, seasonal menu, like just top notch everything, you know. And I ended up being the pastry chef here, and I just started being my normal dumbass self and just goofing off in the back. And so one of the things I ended up doing
Oh God.
at this restaurant that the owner hated, I might add, I made these things that got dubbed inappropriate plates. Basically, I would do chocolate writing on plates. Normally, they just wanted happy birthday, happy anniversary, congratulations plates, you know, whatever, all in fancy little cursive.
Of course.
So I started doing some real dumb shit that the owner told me I had to stop. I started just doing really offensive plates.
What the hell are you saying, dude? Yeah, like, what? Tell us.
So
I want to hear it.
okay, so let me give you a few examples. One example, and eventually I'll just go ahead and skip
pussyfooting
ahead.
around.
The owner did cave, and he had to allow these plates for the bar customers because they demanded them. But I just started doing some dumb shit. One plate I wrote, it was help, I'm being held hostage in the back and being forced to write in
No, where's
chocolate
the
on
dirty
stupid
shit?
plates.
That
Craig.
is great.
You wrote that whole sentence on the plate, bro.
This is right
Anal
when
tonight? Question mark.
A lot of chocolate.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
No, it was a ton of
Like
chocolate.
the fuck?
Pokemon Go? Question mark.
Good
Pokemon
shit.
Go had just come out, and it was, you know, this crazy popular game. So towards the guest, you know, I wrote, "Hey, there's a Pokemon behind you," and then facing the other guest, I wrote, "Hey, he turned around, steal all his shit." Like I was full on writing
That's
curse
hilarious.
words on these plates.
That's funny.
The owner fucking hated
You're a
them.
fucking menace. That's beautiful.
No, I mean, I
was.
was getting a bunch of inappropriate shit on the plate.
Like what compelled you to even like roll that dice? Was it even a dice roll? Because it sounded like you were unapologetic about it, and you just kind of
No, I was unapologetic about it, for sure. I was just being my goofy ass self.
I mean, bar guests
and,
would definitely understand that.
Somebody had, I guess, pulled one of the plates and accidentally given it to her guest or something. I'm not sure exactly how they first showed up. I just did it to like goof around in the back. And the bar guests got a hold of these things and just started going crazy with them.
So you were just experimenting, and somebody accidentally snatched one.
This was actually, it was my first pastry chef job too. And I
How old were you when you were doing this?
oh man, you're making me reveal my age.
He does this to all the guests, so
It's an important.
God, this was back in 2000.
You didn't have to date yourself. I just want to know how old you were.
2013. So
oh my god, so you're old as fuck. That's when I graduated high school.
No, I'm almost 30 at this point. I'm just a big ass child.
You're as old as I was when you were
Aren't we
doing
all?
that shit.
Yes. But I actually had my general manager at one point. We had some stupid whiteboard in the back of the restaurant. And he wrote, "We need, you know, these plates in all shapes and sizes." I actually have pictures that the guests can't see, but you can. And then if you scroll the next one over, I actually wrote a plate in all different shapes and sizes.
Need special occasion plates in all shapes and sizes.
And
this
then
dude
I did 'em
literally
one.
I mean, y'all can't. I wish I could show this. I'll post this for you guys on the episode. I promise. This man's literally got congratulations and like, freaking like
3 different sizes.
3 different fonts. He's got one in cursive, one in like, what is the other one called? Like some other calligraphy. He's got 3 different calligraphy styles, and then he put like 4 different shapes: a circle, a triangle, a square, and a fucking hectagon.
Because fuck that general manager. He was a dick.
Wait, you just did that just to fuck with him?
Yes, I did. He was really mad about that too.
Your confidence is amazing.
Fortunately for him, I was the pastry chef of their sister restaurant as well. They just had me doing desserts for all of them. So they couldn't really afford to lose me at that point. So I just went off. You know, I just do dumb.
Side note to management: plot your employment correctly so you don't get ass reamed like you do.
Don't get a me.
Craig, you're hilarious, bro. That's not at all what I thought you were gonna say, and I appreciate that. So
I
much.
got you, bro.
I was like, You know how you feel after you watch like a crazy film like freaking I don't know like Human Centipede and you're just like, what the fuck did I just do? It wasn't that bad, but that was fucking good, bro.
No, I mean, that was, my restaurant career is just a whole bunch of stories like this in back of house. And then front of house, the situation churns and now you have to like suck up to people. You can find the right guest and you can still be a dumbass and they appreciate that actually more. And that's how you get those big tips.
Genuine interaction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There
Just
was
be
this
really
guy
genuine.
that came yesterday and he's like, well, I live in Woodstock, so I go to that one all the time. And I'm like, well, I've never been to that one. And we're here. And it was fucking busy. Like, I was, like, weeded as fuck. And this nigga was kind of annoying. And he's like, I want Fireball. Don't get Fireball. Can I get Jack Fire? Don't have that. I said, here's a Jameson shot. And he took the Jameson shot I offered him because it's like, I know what we have and we don't have anything you like. Someone give me Jameson. So give me a Jameson shot. And I don't know what the fuck he said, but I looked at him and I'm like, bitch, we don't do that here. And he was like, this is why I would never go to Woodstock anymore. I'm only coming to this one. And he's like, the way you talk to me lets me know that you really care about your guests.
Some people like when you talk crap to them. Like, I swear the bar setting is so much
this
different than,
motherfucker
like,
wanted to give me
they
shit,
wanted to
and he
talk
thought
shit
I was
to.
gonna eat shit. No, no, ma'am.
It's a love
And
language.
he was like, I love it. I'm gonna come back. I'm never going to the other location.
Yep.
Well,
Yes, come
some
here.
people are just out for a good time. And, you obviously have your older crowd that want to be catered to in a certain way. And then you have your middle-aged younger people that
Correct.
literally, they grew up like all of us.
Yeah,
And
he's like, I just got off work. I just want a couple shots before I drive home. I'm trying to like avoid traffic.
Right.
And I feel that. Listen, living in Atlanta, you feel that. When somebody's like, I'm just sitting trying to avoid traffic, bro. That is so fucking real. And this motherfucker's like, I'm just trying to have a couple drinks to avoid traffic. I'm going to head out 7, 8 o'clock just so I can have a nice,
in the day between
easy,
4 and fucking
easy
6.
ride home. And I'm like, I feel that because
Yeah.
trying to go anywhere from 5 to 7 is hell.
Be warned, people who are new to Atlanta or haven't fucking caught on yet. It's hell out here. 285,
Yeah.
400, the whole
Your shit will be like 3 miles, 30 minutes.
No, don't get on the roads between the hours of 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. It's ridiculous.
Wait, you said 8 a.m. and 7 p.m.
I did.
That is all
matter how much
fucking day.
construction
I
they
know.
do here, no matter how much construction they do here, there's still gonna be fucking traffic.
Oh, it's never
no
ending.
matter what.
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I agree 110%.
You know, I've been seeing a lot of like things online about how like Atlanta's infrastructure cannot handle the influx of people moving here, and that's kind of scary. Like, is this shit gonna start falling apart soon?
We're
No,
in Roswell, and I feel
no.
like we get overflow
It's just-
sometimes,
what happens
honestly,
is
for
it's
traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly. No, nigga, you can-
No, but I mean, like with all the water stuff. I'm sorry, we're getting way off topic. This is just something that I've been thinking
Oh,
about.
the water, you said?
Yeah, like all the water main breaks that have been going on downtown and midtown and stuff like that.
People.
I don't know about that.
They're saying like it's an infrastructure problem and that there's too many
Download
people
ATL
living.
Scoop.
That is too many people living downtown.
That is
for
pretty
that,
terrifying.
Yeah.
right?
But the influx is going to cause a stacking of like everything as far as.
I don't know. Well, all the motherfuckers that are living here fucking up the water gotta start tipping better.
Not fucking.
That's what the fuck I know.
Bottom line here.
Yes. Let's get back to the topic. Tip better, motherfuckers.
Please don't move here. We're full.
Yeah. Don't come. And if you're gonna come, spend some goddamn money.
Let's kind of hit the refresh button and kind of take things back in time a little bit. How was it with you guys, compared to where you guys are now, of course, in the service industry? Like, seasoned and all, good and bad days, terrible days that you've cried and all that, and days that you've literally had the craziest amount of hope in humanity because you got the fattest tip and, engaging with guests. Like, what was it like that first year for you guys?
Here we go. Well, starting there, I think a huge thing for where I'm working at is it's not a corporate restaurant. It's just publicly, like, family owned by our owner. And the great thing I think about us is we don't really market our restaurant or what we do. Everybody just knows about it by name, like, because like it's in an area where it's family oriented and all that. So I will say this is like probably like one of the most highest paying jobs I've ever had, and that's what I love about it. So there's not really a lot of rules to follow, but it's like me and myself. I go in, get my job done, collect my cash, get out. That's it. So I love the owner, great guy. Golf with him a lot too.
That's nice.
Yeah, really down to earth. So he's got, what, 3 restaurants now? Mm-hmm. Windward and then Milton. Milton just opened up. It's a new one. So, but yeah, like, it's just.
How would you describe the environment that you, I mean, do you guys care if I say that y'all, I mean, like, y'all work together? Right?
Yeah, we're together.
Yeah. No, and they are together, by the way, folks.
Oh my God, wait, I need to hear this because.
She's with me.
Congratulations, by the way, guys. It's been a long time coming.
Thank you. Thanks. We do work at the same place, and the vibe is very much so like Cheers. Everybody says like
Really?
a new age Cheers.
Absolutely.
If you can kind of picture
Devin,
that.
you have to take me.
Okay, full disclosure, their place is right behind my house. Like,
Then I have to go because then I can just
football
fucking
field.
sleep at his house.
You could.
Okay, so we're definitely going.
It's a cool place. I mean, I love working there. It's nothing like I've worked at before. I've worked in sports bars. I've worked in Italian restaurants. I mean, I've done kind of both finer dining and kind of laid back. This is right in the middle because the food is so good.
Tavern, correct? You would call your establishment a tavern.
Tavern, yep. It's right in the middle.
It's
It's
like where
like
I work. It's like in the middle.
It's
laid
almost like a
back,
pub,
but still
people.
like really good cooks, really good service. Like still, you know, it's right in the middle. It's really
Like
cool
versus
place.
like a like not a I won't go like as high as a fine dining restaurant, but let's just say a traditional American restaurant. How would you guys compare that to a tavern kind of environment and setting? Like, you guys aren't like, you know, you're not fucking Taco Mac. You guys are way better than that in the sense of like, I fucking love Taco Mac, by the way. I'm not shitting on you guys. I'm just making a point here.
No, but I think what we're trying to say is like my thing is like a bar with good food. There's restaurants that have a bar, and then there's a bar with good food, and those are very different things.
Right.
So it sounds like y'all work at a bar that has great fucking food.
Yeah, if you can kind of conceptualize, some people have like their engagements at our place, and other people bring in their kid right off
Because
the top.
listen, there's times that I don't want to be at a fucking restaurant. I want to be at a bar that I'm gonna eat some banging ass food and have a good night.
It's like always a
So
good time
let me
there.
put it like this. Tavern is like, you have your Regos that come in families. They come in all the time with their kids. Their kids are applying to work at our restaurant now.
Yeah.
When they're 15, 16-year-olds. They're food running.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you guys would say you developed a system a community that truly like nourishes this
Right.
For sure.
establishment.
It's such an anomaly, this place. It just is it's very unique in its community, and kind of everybody helps each other, and it's like it's not upscale, but it's still kind of all everybody's
the perfect
family.
neighborhood. It's a major artery in a big community, you
Right.
guys would say, right?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love it. And that's man, I can't express the extension and the ripples of how far those go. That kind of importance and those interactions with young minds alike. I mean, every age, right? You see everybody from.
Right.
I mean, there's 5 generations in that restaurant.
For
just
sure.
In and out, right?
For sure.
So, if y'all, I mean, like Wes, you were kind of going on a good bit about that. How would you guys say, like, how was COVID for you? Y'all were there during the pandemic.
I was,
like
yeah.
that?
Sorry. So I was there. We didn't have people come in, obviously. So we started doing like deliveries. So we kind of rotated off on deliveries. So I would work as much as I could just because like everything else was closed. I had nothing else better to do but just to work. And the thing is like, so when you have an establishment like we did, everybody was tipping so fat during COVID.
Out of love, right? Because they
Right.
knew y'all.
Because they would come in and order food and like, we feel sorry for you guys. I was like, well, I really didn't care about your pity or anything. I was just like, I wanted to work, like just because I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And then, so like I said, we did deliveries too, and then we would rotate over every other like server one day can do deliveries and all that. But yeah, COVID, I mean, yeah, it like did suck. I didn't miss like interacting with people, but it was also great at the same time to see like an empty restaurant. Like I didn't have to deal with bullshit the whole time.
Right,
So
here's your side quest today.
right, yeah. Funny story, I actually got pulled over one time when I was delivering food.
Oh, God.
I was delivering to like 5 different houses. My whole car was just stacked with to-go bags. Everything. All that.
What do you think you were doing?
That's what I'm getting to is like I'm going down and I have like, so we actually sold bottles of wine during COVID. So I had about like, I'd say 20 bags of to-go food and then like 3 bottles of like in the paper bag wine.
Yeah.
Going down a back road, Etris, you know Etris Road, right behind you?
Very fun.
Yeah. So I'm going down and there, whoop, whoop, hear sirens. So
Oh,
I'm like,
shit.
"Gosh, here we go." So I pull over and then cop comes up, roll my window down. He just looks and he doesn't even say anything at this point. I got like my ID ready and everything, sees in the cars. So I have a Crabapple Tavern shirt on. He looks in, he goes, "You want a job?" I'm like,
What?
I'm like, do you want my trunk, open my trunk too? I was like, I got my golf clubs back there, but like no food. He's like, I was like, yeah, I'm delivering food. He goes, all right, have a good day. He was just so bored out of his mind. Like he had nothing else to do during COVID. So
Oh my
I'm just,
God.
Yeah, literally.
Huh.
Yeah. It was just, I was like, that was just a waste of
He
my
just pulled you over and said you're on the
Literally.
job.
For
fuck it,
shits
you're
and
delivering,
giggles.
I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, like he, he had nothing else to do. He was just
Wanted
so
to say hi.
bored.
I mean,
yeah.
he made the right decision, but damn,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Anyway, it was just a story to tell for me.
Heard.
No,
I
that's
fucking appreciate
good. This makes me hate cops more. Sorry.
I was back of house then. That was not fun. we didn't get deliveries. We got sent home.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't work for like 2.5 months, but
Oh.
the restaurant I was at the time actually wouldn't furlough me, so I didn't get.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was rough times. COVID sucked.
You got
Back
royally
out.
fucked.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, dude.
yeah, it happens.
It does. Damn, dude.
You know what? The cops really, in my experience, didn't want to mess with people. So I had a Subaru WRX at the time, and I would literally, gas was so cheap. I would just fly around everywhere just for fun because we didn't have anything else to do at the time.
That's fair.
And they wouldn't pull me over. They'd flash their lights, and as soon as you slowed down, they'd branch off and go the other way. So I'd be going 145, and like, they're like, "Oh, no, you better stop that." And I'm like, "Okay," and then they go the other way. It was great.
That's fair.
So we had our own fun.
Huh, that's fun. I appreciate that. Nikki, how was your experience
During COVID?
Yeah.
Or what?
in
Like,
general? Actually, you know what? Let's talk about like year one. Let's go back to you on the. How was it like when you when you first started out?
when I first started serving? Oof. That was a long time ago. And
Because you were 14, I believe you said. Right?
I was working in a coffee shop, and then like basically we had tables outside the coffee shop. It was like super busy during the morning time.
This wasn't in Georgia though.
This is in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yeah,
What
I would do
part?
it on the weekends when I wasn't in school.
Oh.
It was Danbury area. Not many people know where that is, but it's
know
kind
where
of
that
close
is.
to New York. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I know what it is.
So I mean, like if I wanted to buy clothes or go on, field trips and stuff, that's how I was paying, was by working. And I was like, I'm down to talk to people, and I'm a people person. I like getting to know people. So our town was really small, and I was like, service industry is perfect. A friend got me in there, and I've just been doing it since. I kind of started getting out of it maybe like 2016, 2017. I started my own cleaning business, and I was like, I'm done serving. I'm never doing it again. And then I'm back to it. So here we are. But yeah, I've been serving for a while. It was obviously scary at first, but I think just like everybody says all the time, I think everybody needs it. Like everybody needs at least a year in the service industry for sure.
Amen.
Just to kind of, especially when you're younger, it just teaches you so many
So much.
really good qualities for even other jobs or even life. I mean,
Yeah, it definitely helps mold who you are. Like you get put to the test. Like
Listen,
whatever
I-
shell you have is going to be tested.
I saw this TikTok where it was like, nothing in life will ever feel like when you're in the weeds and table 10 needs fucking apps and then 30 is waiting for this shit that you haven't fired, and then 50 and blah, blah, blah. Nothing in your entire life is ever going to feel as chaotic and hectic where you want to fucking kill yourself. But then at the end of the shift, you're like, God damn, I love my fucking job. Look at how much money I made.
And your composure.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
just self-value.
So when people say that, like, the industry teaches you so much, it does. Because in no other facet, I've been a stripper, I've been a bartender, server, I've been a receptionist. I've done a lot of things, and nothing is as hectic as being a fucking server bartender.
It's true. I mean, to go off of that, I was obviously serving up until I started working for the state. I worked for basically wildfires would be called in, and I was dispatched. So there would be emergency situations where I'm picking up the phone, and you have to
fucking dope.
You have to be in the middle of this emergency situation, and most people are like, "Oh my God, this is gonna get burnt down," or whatever is happening. And I'm just like, it's chill. Like,
because you've been there.
You have no choice but to be composed and kind of like keep yourself calm, because if you go up to a table and tell them that you're in the weeds, you're not getting a great tip.
They don't know, first of all, they don't know what the fuck that means.
Right.
And they're just going to look at you like, bitch, this is my problem. I want my steak pronto.
Right.
No, so I'm so glad you said that, because that is a direct correlation of how much this job has prepared you.
Yeah. It's the only thing that taught me, really.
Real life scenario. No, it teaches you how to fucking chill the fuck out in stressful situations.
Like whether you're chill or not.
And isn't that like what saves you from drowning, FYI? Well, it's chilling the fuck out. The more you freak out, you die.
Yeah, you can't.
Literally.
You have to either zen out or you have to be an extremely good, not extremely, but you have to be a good actor. I think we all do as well. We definitely act very much. Not that we're not genuine about what we're saying or doing for these guests, but sometimes, like you said, the goddamn restaurant is burning in the back.
Yes.
But you got to smile at these people.
Everything is fine.
But that's okay, because if you, like MJ said, if you break that illusion, their experience, your guest experience is completely dissolved at that point, because they know. Unless they're cool with it and they're, anybody who's in the service industry typically will be like, look, first 2 minutes of being served at a restaurant, we're going to be like, look, we're in the industry too, so just do what you do.
Right.
Especially if we notice that it's kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are going to hate what I have to say next.
Oh my God.
Shut up, Craig.
Craig, what you got? Come on, Chad.
All right, so this was literally just last Saturday.
Oh, shit. Fresh shit.
Fresh shit.
We love it.
Saturday was chaos.
It was.
But I wasn't here, so...
I was, and I straight up
to hear this shit.
had a table that I forgot I had, which is,
the worst nightmare.
The worst
nightmare to have.
You forget you got a table and they just there mad as shit.
I dream about that.
You know what? I straight up, I told him, I'm like, I'm so sorry, you guys. I am so weeded. I forgot y'all were in my section.
You did not say that, you stupid son of a
No,
bitch.
I did. You know what happened?
I would never say that.
Hold on.
Do you know what happened?
There's a
What
method.
did they say?
They gave me $20.
Yeah. That's a good
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And
No, because you know why? I feel like I get more money.
I'm about to show you some professionalism right now. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but for real.
I feel like I get way more when they see that I'm stressed and that I'm handling it the best I can. When they're like, bitch,
Absolutely.
they're like, oh my God, are you the only one working? And I'm like, yes, ma'am, apparently. And the guests love that. And they just tip me extra because they see that I'm not bitching. I'm just fucking getting shit done.
No, it
That's
exactly
fair.
went down
That's
like
fair.
that.
But I just want to make the point that what I'm trying to refract on what Craig was saying is that, and shout out to Darden again for this training, because they definitely teach you this shit, and that's that the moment of truth always wins the guest. Okay? So, and that applies to what you just said too. As long as people understand 100% what's really going on, and we're not talking about freaking out like I'm crumbling or like, oh.
No, you don't. Yeah, you don't like
You have this look
tears
in your
and shit.
eye. People know when somebody's on, when
Yep.
somebody's in that mode, they're seeing red almost, but everybody knows for the most part and can acknowledge when a server or bartender is grinding their ass off.
Everybody can sense panic.
Yeah.
They see the panic in your eyes, and they're like, "Yeah, this motherfucker."
No, they see the
is
warrior in your
stressed.
eyes. Now they see the eye of the tiger, and that's why they tip your ass.
Yeah.
Well, there's
don't
also-
You're
quit.
being a little baby bitch about it. Baby back bitch. They're not gonna tip you.
Baby bag bitch.
Especially like you said, like the honesty. If you go up to somebody and say, "It was me, I forgot it," or if you're like, "I'm gonna fix it for you," but it was
So
me
do you
that
say it
forgot
was you, or do you say it was the kitchen?
I have never
Well,
blamed
it
the
has to be
kitchen.
truth.
I
It has to
should
be
blame the
truth.
kitchen.
Oh, God, Wes, what
We
do
got
you
a hand
say?
up.
Oh, kitchen.
Kitchen, right?
You
Okay,
son of a bitch.
I am the first bitch to say
Never.
the kitchen forgot your pizza,
Oh my God.
My ass
When
just
it-
didn't put it in.
and then I run back there on the fly.
See, that's once again. I'll own up to it and be like, I'll man
Same.
up, and I'll be like, look,
No, sometimes your table, like yes, at times your table, they can see you as human and they'll love it and they'll appreciate you for that. But sometimes like they want you to be fucking superwoman and they hear some shit like that and they're turned off.
consequences. That's what the fuck that is. That's going back to reality. You fucked up. You fucked up. That's part of your
Yeah,
money.
no, I don't know.
I take it more as like a learning stuff
Sometimes I
for
just
myself. Where I'm like,
blame
how
the-
brave am I
It's
right
easy to
now?
blame the
Say that I
kitchen.
fucked up.
The kitchen never comes out the bag. So I'm gonna just blame them motherfuckers.
Can I elaborate on that? Well, sometimes like say
Please
you
do.
don't like say you know you got a table and you forgot about that. Say you have a section. Do you have a hostess at your place like that?
No.
No.
Okay. We do sometimes. They'll sit us, but don't tell us that we have a table.
Oh, yeah.
That's not.
And it's like
I mean,
the
sometimes it's the same way.
worst
Hey.
Yeah.
ever. Because
Sometimes it's
we
that.
have an indoor section and an outdoor section. Most of the time the indoor is popping. Most of the time the patio's popping. And then sometimes they just don't tell us that we're sat.
So, you know what? Usually, I'll be honest here. In that moment, I lie to my table. I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm sorry I heard your server didn't show up. I've been assigned
Oh,
you
yes.
guys.
Because they have no idea. It's an imaginary person you're blaming. So that's okay.
right.
No, for sure.
I'm putting on
I
my
love
cape.
that. I
I'm
love
here for
that.
you guys.
It's all situational.
I'm so
Right.
sorry about
It
your
is.
experience so
because
far.
you're really
but
not
I'm here to
blaming
save the day.
anybody.
Right.
You're just, it's circumstantial. And I love that excuse, Craig. Like,
One word
I
and
love
do.
using that one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One word. That's called improv. Very
Yeah.
fucking important.
I mean, isn't
important.
serving bartending just improv? You're just there, just
Yeah.
It's acting. You're reacting.
you're just
and you're
no.
receiving and
You say
reacting
that
based off of
this
the
is your
table's energy.
stage, and
It is your stage. The table and the bar are your stage. Anyway,
Because sometimes
guys,
we
we're doing
lie
really
like
good here.
shit.
We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break and refresh ourselves. Folks, if you like what we've been talking about, please give us a little shout out in the comments and talk to us about your opinions about the topics that we've been
please
talking about today.
always share your
Always
opinions on the
hit
shit that we
like
talk
button, figure out
about.
What's going on here, and we'll be right back with some more bar banter shortly. And we're out. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, world, and good evening, Atlanta. We are back again on Bar Banter. I am your host. Back for more. Devin Lewis here, of course, with Miss MJ. We have our guests. I got Wes. I got Miss Nicky here with us, and I have Mr. Chef Craig here with us as well on Bar Banter. We're going to kind of shift gears a little bit and kind of talking about some of the nitty-gritty stuff that we kind of experience in our time in the service industry and even just in life in general, just according to our... what were we talking about on the break, guys? Let's go ladies first.
Let's do that.
All right. Nikki, we were talking about some fun stuff outside, about... what do you have to share with us today?
Let's see. For a woman in the service industry, it's obviously a little bit different than a guy. I mean, if you're working in certain environments, I've worked in both. Much younger, I was working in a sports bar, and it was a nicer sports bar. It was really chill most of the time, but people get a little crazy, especially Eagles fans.
So, shit. Hey, real quick, fly Eagles fly.
I
Eagles
feel so. I grew up in Pennsylvania,
We're
so I
sorry.
feel a little
They're sorry.
tired.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
What? Who?
On the Eagles. Well, retired.
Oh, Jason Kelsey. Love Jason Kelsey.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Jason Kelsey, man, you did it to us, man. Thank you so much for your fucking service to the Philadelphia Eagles, and we love you so
Anyways,
much.
proceed.
I mean, just like everybody gets rowdy, I mean, there are great parts of serving, and then there's other parts where, yes, you want to hold your composure, but also there's things that you just don't tolerate. And no matter where you're at, you shouldn't have to deal with disrespect.
Let's get into
And,
the do's and don'ts. What you got for me on that?
I would say don't ever touch your server ever.
Ever.
Like,
Don't
I would,
ever.
I understand if you have a close relationship, if you're going to their birthday parties and you know their kids, like give them a little hug every once in a while. But if I've never met you before, please do not grab me. Please do not, signal me like this and then grab my hand. None of that. Luckily, I work in a place where, people are not like that anymore.
It's just that, like, people get drunk and they get rowdy.
Right.
And then mistake your lighthearted banter for other things.
Right.
/ Apex acting and flirting
Like,
skills.
yes, just because, like, I am, like, being what you consider flirty, I consider my job. Like,
No, totally.
like,
I've been there
things
too.
flirting that are just my job. And then they're like, oh my God, like, the worst. Okay, and I don't want to go there, but, like, I work somewhere that's, to me, it's vanilla.
What does that mean?
Vanilla is where you should not be saying inappropriate shit to me. It's not a sports bar. It's not a titty bar. This is a
let's scratch
pub. Like,
vanilla.
this is somewhere that if you're like, this guy
It's a family
literally.
environment. That's what you're trying to say. It's not vanilla.
Not just that. This is not the kind of fucking place. Like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck this guy said to me,
Oh boy. Here you go. See,
and then you're gonna see this is completely inappropriate for the type of place that we're at.
I believe you. I mean, run it.
He asked me what color my nipples are. And you know what I said? I said,
Whoa. With
do
no
you see how
context?
fucking brown I am? What color do you think they are?
Darker brown.
One would assume, right? I mean, can we zoom in?
What if he said areolas?
Ariel.
Maybe I would have felt better because it was like the.
It can always be worse.
It's a scientific term.
Most people don't know what
and
that
then you
is.
kind of accept it because you're like, okay, maybe you're coming from a knowledge standpoint
my
and not
God.
a creep. No, but it's like to me, like you sound like some dumbass motherfucker.
Was there
that's asking me.
context
A
that led up
dumbass.
to that?
No context.
He just took a little sip
He
and
was,
said, "What
him
color
and
are
his
your
buddies
nipples?"
were just talking shit,
Jesus.
blah blah blah, going back and forth about some.
Probably
who
a
knows where
professional
the fuck
video
they were
gamer.
going. Oh my God, two fucking losers that think that money gets you wherever the fuck you want.
Very good fucking point, man.
And
Well
yeah,
said.
and then I come back, they're gabbing as girls do. And I come back after a while and they're like, so we have a question. And I'm like, shoot, And this is what the fuck these motherfuckers had to say. And I'm like, bitch, do you see how fucking brown I am?
Like, what if you said blonde? What if you said?
What-
you're-
what-
you're-
the answer-
you're
What if I said blue? Like,
Right.
what are you trying to hear?
Right. What are you
This is what I'm
trying
saying. Like,
I actually
like, are you
had
trying
him
to make me
tattooed.
blush? Or are you asking a real question? Because I feel like the answer is very motherfucking
And how is
obvious.
it applicable to anything?
Yeah.
To anything that because we had no dialogue going on.
You're not gonna be like, "Oh man, dude, I hooked up with this chick."
But there's a
Her
time and a
boobs
place.
was
If
not
I'm
the
working
right
at a titty
time.
bar, if I'm working at a strip club, and you asking me questions
Probably
like
said
that,
online.
I get it.
super sweet.
I understand.
Right.
It's a very weird
This is
question
not a
to
place
ask.
to ask questions like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. The environment. I mean, I'm working in a sports bar. I'm expecting to, have
Get
to flirt
some-
a little bit, like
Right,
hang
you're gonna
out.
get some
Yeah, obviously
sexual
people are gonna-
innuendos.
But for more context, for ladies and gentlemen, because I'm trying to address America here, because different sports bars do have different textures across the nation. In Atlanta, and we're talking about more so like.
Okay,
It's not
so
even like-
being
yeah,
in Atlanta,
like,
we have
but-
a
but-
lot of.
I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to say is between you work at a pub, you work at a tavern. These are more people who don't know what we're talking about here as far as the textures of what we're disclosing. A pub or a tavern is like a neighborhood friendly place that you go to. You typically could bring your family there without any
Yeah.
doubts or any you're not worrying about your people being belligerent around them and things like that. The point is there's a certain level of, I don't want to really use the word class, but there's a certain level of
Decorum.
of decor and yes and a way of representing yourself in these environments versus being at like a dive like a raunchy dive bar where you're hearing like she's my like cherry pie
Right.
like fucking you know what I mean, like you're seeing like the fucking double D fucking Daisy Duke motherfucker who's like
Music's on max.
yeah, music's on max, and it's like she's like the goddamn neighborhood bicycle and shit.
You can't even
That's
see
not
in
what
front
we're
of you
talking about here.
because it's so dark.
I'm just saying it's out there. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't even have to play coy with that kind of information. I'm just making a point here.
If I'm dancing in the bar, like, of course, you can do certain things.
Yeah, this
if I'm
isn't fucking
doing a creme
Roadhouse,
brulee,
one
probably
or
don't
two.
grab me. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Right.
No, don't.
Now, it's
It's
not
time and
just the
place.
ladies, though, ladies and gentlemen and others. Mr. Fujiano, what do you got to talk to me about? I mean,
I
go
don't.
ahead.
I've never really had like a uncomfortable situation
You
with.
handle yourself very well. You're very comfortable in your,
I do, yeah.
in your skin and what you're about. Yeah.
Maybe I wear jeans, black jeans that are a little too tight sometimes. That just came out of the dryer. Or I just did squats the morning before my shift.
And I know that Wes is sitting down, folks, for the ladies and gentlemen who can't see him, but this man was a freaking college running back, and
was.
he was packing, man. He's got
It's
it on
still
top.
nice.
The man, Nicky will testify. My man still built, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They fit comfortably. Let's just say that. Anyways,
Love that.
but I mean, yeah, I really don't have anyone that like has ever done that to me. It's honestly, it's more of the
So,
other side.
Dudes get more of the verbal aggression than the physical.
so I have a question
For sure.
for them as a couple that is in industry together, because I've been bartending for like 9 years now, and I dated one other bartender in that whole time, and it was kind of hard because we had opposite
It wasn't
schedules.
me, dickheads.
No.
I was gonna ask.
I was still living in my hometown in Pennsylvania. And oh my God, shout out to Scott. He was so hot. I'm sorry I named you, but he's
Shout out
so
to hot
adorable. No, he was so cute. Super hot Italian guy that I dated. Yeah. And I kind of expected like him to get hit on at work, because I met him because I hit on him when he was bartending and I was like super drunk. So like when we lived together, I'm like doing his laundry and he had like all these numbers in his pocket.
Damn.
And he's like, obviously, like, he's like,
network at the
obviously,
bar.
like, no, he worked at my favorite bar. That was the worst part. He worked at my favorite bar. Like, this is somewhere I would go to get shitty. And then I started dating him, and I'm like, shit, like, where am I going to do this at? Because I can't be, like, shitty for this guy that I like. Obviously, like, you know.
Why not a safe place?
Yeah, that was my safe place. Then he started working there. It was like, whatever, fuck it. But he would get all these numbers, and like obviously I didn't care because he wasn't calling them. They were still in the pocket, in the laundry bin. So that means he paid it, no mind. But I feel like it's hard, like yes, I know my significant other's hot, and our bills rely on you being hot and charming, but I still get like a little jealous. Like, don't hit on my man.
So I guess she's asking, how are y'all's boundaries in the
Yes,
workplace?
like how the fuck do you do with it? Because you're hot
Long
and
story
you're
short.
fucking hot. Like, how do you not get jealous, and how do you not get jealous? Because you guys are a great looking couple.
I'm more worried about her, honestly. It's not me, because I like 3 months ago I had this guy, and he was cool. He was just sitting down, had a drink, had 2 drinks, and then he paid for this one other girl, and
He paid for what?
like drinks and like food for this other girl.
You got it.
And then
It all happens at the bar.
right, it was I don't know, it wasn't at the bar, it was at a table. And then they left, and then on the merchant copy that you guys have was like,
Right.
"You're cute!" Exclamation point, had a number.
The
And I'm like,
dude?
dude,
The
yeah.
dude.
And I was like, the dude,
He paid for some chicks and then gave you his number?
right? You saw it,
I thought.
yeah.
You saw it. I guess it's different on Tuesday when I
That's
work.
like Atlanta, bro. Please continue.
And I was just like,
This is awesome.
I was like,
It happens more often than he's letting up, like with dudes. So I would say I'm a little like, I'm not jealous, but I'm expecting obviously people to look at him. And,
Oh, okay,
and
wait,
I'm
wait,
expecting
wait.
like that
Rewind.
he's a handsome guy, but
I was thinking they were writing for you.
no.
Oh.
this was directed towards me. This was my table.
Yes.
No, the numbers
I'm
I get, I don't
loving
show.
this. Okay, let's elaborate.
Welcome
This
to
is
the conversation.
amazing because I grew up in a small town, so the guy I dated was like super, like that would have been, if he would have lived here, it would have been the same response because he actually resembles you a lot. So I get it. I get the vibe.
yeah.
It's just like I don't know how to react when that happens. You know,
Of course
I'm
not,
just
because
like,
that's not your.
You just flow. You flow.
yeah.
You be
It's like
water
I don't know
like
what to
Bruce
do with
Lee.
my hands.
No, you just be water like Bruce Lee, bro.
Like Ricky Bobby style.
I'm just doing this.
Take the goddamn compliment and keep going. Okay.
I was like, cool.
Right.
Keep the
On to the
compliment.
next
Keep
table.
going.
We've definitely had to, addressing your question, we've had to kind of work through relationship-wise, like what we're comfortable with, what we're not comfortable with, and we work in the same place, so we don't want to make it dramatic for people that we work with. So we're kind of like, I think we communicate a lot. Personally, I think that we're on the same page with what, we're good with and stuff. We know that we're in the service industry. We know we got to go up to our tables and blink our eyes a lot. So it's not really anything too bad. But he's a gorgeous man. So, I mean, guys, girls, whatever he gets.
No,
So
I think
her first day, I had to train her.
Oh, you were her trainer too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Kinky.
It was,
Kinky.
Yeah. Well, it was just
I mean, let's.
I don't-
We set up before I even got here by friends. So, yeah.
Okay.
sometimes when we have new people that come in, they're called shadowing, like see how you do
Right,
and
like a
everything.
stage
Right.
or yeah.
Cool.
Which is, and for those of you who don't know, that's kind of like your tryout.
like
It's not like your
massages.
90-minute grace period, but it's more like, let's just kind of put you in this role.
Oh,
see
I
how
like
it
to call it
goes.
is you work for free,
No.
and then they tell you if they like you, then they hire you.
because you're not. Because
Not
a lot of
free.
places
you get
you're not even working.
a meal out of it.
In a high-end restaurant,
Yes,
you're not
you do.
working. You're watching. how
Oh, my
everybody
stage. I
else
never
works.
had a meal at my stage. Maybe I just did the stage.
Back to what I was saying. Anyway, to make a clear message for those of you who don't know, when you stage a restaurant, like kind of like it's almost like you're going to try out, see what kind of information you have. They're gonna, they're gonna ask you, as far as your experience is concerned, what you can bring to the table, how you apply to the restaurant, and you're gonna sit there and watch. Especially if you're a bartender, versus it's sort of
I
different.
mean, it's a
depending
real
on the
life
position, but-
test of knowledge to make you do a little everything.
But it's also you're examining the restaurant itself and how they function.
Oh, yeah.
Or you should be. You should be also. It's a two-way interview.
It's
where
perfect because then
you're-
you get to see if you like the place or
Do
not.
we
Right.
fit? Yeah.
Right. You're seeing how you fit into the system and seeing how it truly flows in real time.
Right.
And if you're really wanting to be a part of that.
Dude, I remember my first day at the restaurant. It was on a Wednesday, and this
You
was
definitely remember.
before COVID. And so we used to have like a person for the night shift, for the dinner shift. We had a person that come in at 4:00, and the rest came in at 5. So we relieved the people during lunch.
So you had one midi at 4:00.
One at 4:00 for an hour.
Jeez.
So that was me on my first shift, and I got my ass kicked.
I bet you did. It's a terrible time to be by yourself.
Right, and I was just like, because
Jesus,
they
dude.
sort of just like, so we had to take a test and everything, like a written test.
What kind of
like,
environment would you say you're working in as far as community is concerned? I mean, you're in suburban environment. like-
suburban, and it's there's a lot of people with needs in that restaurant. Like they need a certain drink, or they need a certain table. They want to sit at this table, or
It's a whole bunch of regulars with niches.
yeah,
Heard
So
that.
let-
or people that don't want to. We have a sign that says "Please wait to be seated" or self-seaters.
Oh my god.
That's the biggest ick for me. That's a
Fuck
whole,
me. I hate
honestly,
that
That's
shit.
a whole other subject that we can get on.
No, can we?
Yeah.
Put a bookmark on that. Finish your
would
story,
love to.
and
Yeah.
we will talk about self-seaters after this shit.
Yeah, we will. But like literally that hour was. So I came from across the street at a Mexican restaurant. From there, it's completely different. So my first hour, I had tables in cocktail area, and I had tables on the patio and in the dining room. So I had 10 tables at once. Just walk in, and I'm like, I'm fresh meat. Like, I'm still learning the menu. I'm still learning the drink. I'm still learning the POS system at this point.
Thrown to the wolves for real.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm sweating bullets. It's like middle of the summer, and all these tables are like, "You're new." I'm like, "Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
You've never
bitch.
seen me before."
Raw meat. That's
Fresh
fucked
meat,
up.
honey.
Like them calling you on your insecurity, kind of. Like that's
But
fucked
what else do I
up.
say? I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah.
Like,
No.
catch me some slack.
Literally, that's when you like pray to the gods that they're like, let me just
Yeah.
cut this motherfucker some slack.
And they were
He's
actually
trying,
very
and I see him
generous.
sweating.
Yeah, they were very nice to me.
Being
I'm like,
hot
"Oh, welcome to the
also
tavern."
helps.
So, yeah, but yeah,
Well-
it was just.
Yeah.
That 1 hour felt like 5, honestly.
Because
And then we
they're
saw,
like-
Pretty.
and I saw all the other servers come in. I'm like, it looked like replacements. I was like, thank God y'all coming in. Like, they're like,
Yeah,
you
when you
good?
see your relievement, you're like, thank God this motherfucker decided to come to work today. Because it just sucks when like your relief doesn't show up and you're
Yeah.
like sweating. You're like, God, I'm not prepared to stay for dinner.
So you dated one person in the service industry. I have to ask, was your is your
Wife.
significant other from the service industry.
Oh, so
too.
Nicky's talking to Chef Craig about
So,
this one. Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
She has worked in the service industry. She is not.
But you didn't meet her there.
No, not at all.
Thank
We were actually neighbors.
Wait, what?
Because most
Single
chefs date
neighbors?
the servers.
Yeah,
like,
my wife
really.
and I.
Ooh.
So is it like doctors and nurses?
Yeah,
where
chefs,
they date each
always date
other.
servers.
But no. We actually, it was weird circumstance. We both broke up with our exes. We had both seen
not
each other
weird.
literally across the yard. I was chasing my cat at the time that had escaped from my house. And like literally the first time we met, like I called out to her. I'm like, "Hey, have you seen my cat?" And she's like, "No." And then like months of whatever after that, I broke up with my ex. Was having this big bash because she was finally moving out. And
What does that mean? Big bash, like a party?
yeah, just a big party at my
You were
house.
just like, fuck this, bitch.
Well, no. Okay.
Get out.
So it gets even weirder.
Looking for
So
love.
she wasn't even like initially invited. It was just people in my restaurant. I'm like, hey, my ex is moving out. I'm having this like big thing, and we're gonna be drinking and shit. And this one girl that worked at my restaurant needed a hair tie.
What?
A hair tie.
Okay.
Yeah.
They always
So
need a
we
haircut.
just walked
So
over to.
random.
She was like, "Do you know any girls around here?" I'm like, "No, but there's
I hate
one
when
that
dudes
lives
ask that
across the
fucking
yard."
question. I hate when dudes ask that question.
What did they ask?
Where's the bitches?
Like, do you know any girls that live around
Yeah,
here?
yeah, West
I was
Iowa
like,
too.
I need a
Where
hair
the
tie. I'm like,
bitches?
no, but there's a girl that lives across the yard. She's like, let's go there. I'm like, no,
Thirsty
that's
motherfucker.
weird. but
But
she
yeah,
dragged me
what?
there, and again, I'm a giant fucking nerd, so I didn't talk to this girl. I was just like, had my head down the whole time, like, hey, I'm Craig, I'm having a party, and that was the first time. Can this girl borrow a hair tie? And that was the first time my wife and I met. And then she broke up with her boyfriend, and we were each other's one night stand, and now we're married for. So she's gonna kill me. 6 years. 6 years.
No, congratulations.
Thank
dude.
you.
No, seriously.
5
so
years.
cute.
Cheers to that.
It's
Cheers to
It's
that.
5.
Cheers to that. Yes, 5.
I wouldn't meet a one night stand and marry him and have a baby after 6 years. That's cute.
Yeah, but that's not a one night stand. It's a methodical laying.
No, I'm sure he didn't think he was gonna ever see her again after that day.
No, yeah, it was a one night stand for both of us.
I mean,
and
no.
it just didn't
My first
stop.
one night stand question. I mean, I feel you, dude. Like my
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
my
Question
first
mark.
one night stand was not a one night stand because if you engage with them furthermore, then
No, what I'm
it's
saying
not-
is
it's
you
not
don't
a
ever
fun-
speak to them the fuck again.
Yeah, that never happens. Like that.
Well, I mean,
to
we
me,
were
it doesn't
neighbors.
happen.
I saw her.
Who?
It was like, hey,
No,
neighbor.
that's my,
Okay, so
that's my
can we
next
do a
girlfriend.
poll? Can we do a poll in the room because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us? Who has had a legit one night stand where you never spoken to this person ever the fuck again?
I wish.
Raise
I
your
wish
hand.
I had that.
Not I.
Never.
Not I.
Oh my god!
So
We're the
that's
sluts
only
of the room.
Wes and MJ are raising
We're
their
the
hands, and
sluts
the
of
three
the
of us are
room.
just like.
So
about that
would
shit.
it help to say intended one night stand for both of us?
I mean, very much. I mean, like my rule of thumb is if I'm on vacation, especially in a different country, like that shit does not count.
As a one night
doesn't count.
stand.
Mine
Fuck.
was just a dry
That
spell.
shit does not count. We're in
Why
a different
not?
country. That shit does not
We're on
count.
the same planet. Why the fuck doesn't it count?
Because I'm in Curacao, so whoever stranger I fucking Curacao
If we're all on
does not
one blue
correlate to
rock.
my life in America.
No, it doesn't. It's a one night stand. Your fucking one night stand in America doesn't correlate to your fucking life in America.
Whatever, Devin. Take more vacations, and then you probably feel this way. I don't know. I feel like it's okay. Like I feel like
You know I wouldn't do
vacations
it like
are
that.
for letting loose, and a part of letting loose is having sex with strangers and never seeing them again.
I'm not shaming people having fucking promiscuous sex. I think that's great for people that liberated.
I think that if you are going to this remote place of the world that you're probably never gonna go in,
saying
you should have a good
remote
time.
places got remote
and
diseases.
if that, no, that's why people use
but see, Josh, you
condoms.
just
Oh my
fucking
god,
doing that shit.
I'm advocating singular protected sex. Like
Thank
you're
you.
fucking this
what I
stranger
was waiting for.
with a condom,
what I
and
was
you're
waiting
never
for.
gonna see them
Thank
again.
you.
Protect,
Right, yeah.
like.
Protect your shit, kids.
Yes, of course. You're not doing strangers, without,
Mine was set up.
latex involved.
Oh no.
The fuck? I bought condoms in Mexico once, and they were not the same size that they're in America. They were actually a lot bigger, which is surprising because all the Mexicans I fucked have
Whoa,
small
whoa,
dicks.
whoa. Which ones were bigger? Let's talk about that.
The condoms were
Which
bigger
condoms from which
in
country?
Mexico.
In Mexico.
Bigger than
Which
America?
is surprising because the Mexican men that I've been with have very small penises.
The condoms in Mexico are bigger.
There's
than the
nothing
ones in
further
the
to explain
United States.
besides they have small dicks.
Given that,
And the condoms in Mexico are huge. Wow. For I don't know what apparent reason. So I went to Cozumel for I turned 30 this year.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you, yeah. And I went to Cozumel, Mexico by myself. Because I didn't really have a group I can go with.
it was a self-love trip. Stop fucking being modest.
No, I didn't really have a group to nobody really could go.
All your friends are in relationships and nobody was going to have a good time.
No,
if
the
they're-
bitches were just. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I was like,
Plus,
fuck
she's talking to
this.
shit because I don't.
I was like, I wouldn't go away, and if nobody can come, I'm
Right.
going alone. So I fucking did.
Fair enough.
So I went alone, thinking, it might be great. Like, who knows who I'll meet? I'm gonna have a great fucking fabulous time. Meet this hot guy that works there. That did not fucking happen. The resort was ass. And I really thought that I really thought it was gonna be a lot better. But you know what I did the whole time? I read and got drunk, and I learned that it's okay to do things you really want to do by yourself if nobody's willing to do it with you. And
Cheers to that. Cheers.
and
to
that is a great lesson because I will never deny shit to myself because I'm gonna do that shit alone. 'Cause I've
Amen,
done it
bro.
before.
That's fucking right.
Spent 5 days in
Self-love is
Mexico alone, and you learned about yourself, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Damn right.
But yeah, I expected some hot wild sex. It didn't happen,
Okay.
but it's okay.
Did you go off the resort or did you stay on the resort?
I stayed in the resort a lot of time.
As a single motherfucking shit.
It's kind of scary to
Oh
go
my
off
God,
the
I'm so
resort.
big of it.
It probably would be.
No, I mean I'm Dominican. I know Spanish. I speak Spanish very fluently, so I wasn't concerned about
Oh, that's good.
my safety really. But I learned quickly that a lot of people in my resort were a lot of couples.
Right.
So I should have picked a better resort. If I would have picked resort more oh my god, I hate to say this word, but more targeted to swingers, then it would have been better.
Would have been somebody's unicorn.
You know what?
Yes, yes, and I would have had a great time being the plus one.
Right.
Yeah. So next time I'll pick a better place.
I think that had to be liberating for you, though, in a sense. even
Yeah, it was
without
great.
that.
I loved being there on my own.
I really
on my
like
own
learning
accord.
about that about you. Honestly, there's only select people that value alone time or going out on their
Oh,
own.
believe me, it took
Even eating at a restaurant alone.
it took a lot for me to get to that point where I'm just comfortable being alone. But you learn that sometimes you just have to be alone, and that's the best company
It is.
that you can ever have. It's being by yourself.
So in that, let's go ahead and segue into mental health practices that I'm sure that we all do, because we mainline our whatever community that we decide to work in the restaurant industry. You're mainlining that community, right? We can all agree on that. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is we're getting the potent experiences, the venting, the life. Like I said, just advice from people. We get all kinds of experiences through individuals, especially our regulars, right? We know our regulars better than their spouses. Let's be real. How do y'all feel about? Let's talk about regulars and kind of how we kind of nurture those relationships. Craig, you're back at house kind of now. Where are you at? Your front house, or back at house right now?
I'm front of house.
Yeah, and you're
Kind of a weird in between at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How are you navigating that with I know you're dealing with a new restaurant, so that's why I'm asking you first.
No, I
So-
quit that.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah,
Where?
no, already. Yeah, surprise.
Are you a free agent now and shit? or what?
Yeah, I'm a free agent. No, they weren't working out. The money wasn't there. So
Respect.
we actually this morning sent them a pleasant little text of
Craig, I love you,
thank
bro."
you for the experience.
So,
It's been a pleasure,
You
but
ladies and gentlemen, this is Exhibit A of how you respect your goddamn self. This man is a father and a husband, and if his shit's not working out in an application to his family's needs, he needs to get the fuck on. And that's exactly what he just said he did.
amen.
So, good for you, bro.
But that's anybody. Fuck these jobs. If they don't apply, if they're not working for you. Because God forbid you get hit by a bus today, tomorrow at 9 a.m., there's going to be an ad for your position.
And I'm sorry,
That's
I
so
kind of
true.
jumped off a little bit, but let's talk about, I guess, Nicky, let's throw it to you. What are kind of I know you're kind of a hiker and shit. What do you do when you're on your mental health days? When you're really kind of trying to reset before you go back?
Jumped off of me real quick.
No, I'm coming
Kidding.
back.
I'm kidding.
Hey.
I I mean, service industry kind of lets you have hobbies outside of it because you have almost all day off, and then you go in at 4 or 5. So if you're using that time wisely, you can do a bunch of different things. Sometimes I just want to sleep. Other times I'm up at 7 a.m. and I want to like garden and do crazy shit. So I do hiking. I'm a beekeeper.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Nice.
I have a lot of extracurricular activities outside of serving just because I feel like I'm making the money. I have the time. I'm able to kind of put it in places that I love instead of working for something that I love. Not that I don't love serving sometimes, but it's not all the time. So I might as well put it in places where I enjoy. So I do a couple of different hobbies outside of serving.
As you mainline this whole community, so you deal with all
I'm like
kinds
totally picturing her in that beekeeping outfit.
Oh, the gloves and the hat and everything.
Dude, she's great.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
She's got all of her hives. Tell them about it.
I love
Poor
his support.
Wes
He's
has-
like, she got all the highs.
She does.
He wants to not be near the hive so bad, but he tries, and it's so sweet.
Yeah, I just don't want to get stung.
yeah.
Like,
So,
Right.
I mean, I do that outside of work, and then you kind of have to balance that, and that would be mental health for me, is what I'm getting at. is
You're
like-
really fucking. I feel like you're goddamn like Kagome from Inuyasha, but you're going from the bee world to the human world.
It's not that cool, actually. It's more
I mean, it seems pretty fucking cool, bro. Like, come
a lot of
on.
fun.
Nobody
but
says
mental
that.
health wise, it really kind of like you have to find something that lines up with your off days. Kind of, you have to. I have 3 days off in a row, so if I'm not using those decently, I
Productively.
kind of am not. I'm not happy while I'm at work. So if I'm,
Yeah, you can't just sleep all 3 of those days and then go back to
No.
work, and now you're just like,
no.
yeah, now it's just like
I have to do something I like.
But isn't that hard though? Like I'm someone that also I have 2 days off, and then I work 1 day, and then I have a day off, and then I work 4 days in a row.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's hard, like you said, like to get motivated when you have.
It is. I do 3 doubles in a row, and then I do a Sunday morning,
Yes.
and I'm exhausted by the end
That's
of it.
my schedule,
My
too.
whole
your
family
feet
is
hurt, your fucking bones are sore.
Yeah. Oh my god, you.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Wes.
yeah.
Your feet hurt, bro. That's the number one. And you're just like, you're 30. You're not,
not
you're
just
not
my
old,
feet.
you're not
Right.
young
it's
either,
not just my feet.
You know,
No,
friends
it's
and family.
everything.
Your lower back.
Everything, yeah.
Right, everything. And it's
Everybody's
not,
like,
we don't-
why are
yeah.
you not off on a Friday night? I'm like, I'm working. So
Everyone, yeah, people don't realize that to have off on a Friday or Saturday, you have to ask off like 3 weeks in advance.
not even that, you're just not going to be able to pay a couple things because that is your whole goal.
Paycheck
is to make Friday night, Saturday
Yeah, I
night.
hate people that don't realize that. Like, if I don't go to work, bitch, I don't make shit.
Right.
Nikki,
You want me to go party Friday? Like, that's $600 I'm missing.
I got a random question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sell honey yet?
I give my honey generously for a happy donation if you would prefer it, but I cannot legally sell honey at the moment.
I
Understood.
would
If you ask
literally,
for honey, I'll get you honey.
I would literally buy it from you.
Great.
Like straight up.
I'll be taking it out in about a month.
There
so
is-
I'll have
I
it.
will give you a hefty
source Georgia
donation.
honey.
Literally-
Donations.
So what you have is actually, as a chef, something very special.
Yes.
It's you should 100% make money out of that.
Thank you. Eventually, I will try to, but it's not in the cards at the moment, just because of the work schedule I have. Unfortunately,
I will buy some. Straight
I
up.
will give you some.
I will buy-
Donations. Craig.
But that's my mental health. If that's the question, that's where I'm at. So
No, very good. Wes, how about you?
My mental health. So I work Monday through Friday. I thankfully have weekends off, which is great. So I work like double Mondays, double Tuesdays, and then I work lunch Wednesday through Friday, which is great. But mental health, so it's like I like to work out like a lot. So I try to go in the morning before my shift, because if like say Wednesday through Friday I don't make it to the gym is packed at 4:00 with all these high schoolers and teenagers, and I just do not want to be a part of that. And they, you know what I mean? Like they travel in groups of like 6 or 12, and they're just posing in the mirror on one single bench, and I'm just like, I don't want to be. So I go early in the morning and get that out of the way, and it actually like really helps me throughout the day. Like I worked out, I feel a lot better. I feel like I got a lot done in the morning, and I do that, and then I like to golf. I golf a lot. Yeah. So
That's beautiful.
it's pretty expensive though, but
Yeah.
that's why.
Toss a frisbee for free, man. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, I just like being out there on the course and just like, especially if it's a beautiful day on a beautiful course. Like we went.
Golfing is hella peaceful, bro.
Yeah.
We went yesterday at Echelon. Up
Y'all
there.
went together?
He looks like a professional when he golfs. He's like, I played so bad. I was like, you looked amazing. But like,
It's like you look so hot.
She's more of like the
cheerleader.
like, taking the photos and everything, and I'm just like
look at this
pissed.
I love it.
Like my
No,
shot.
that was terrible. She's like, you look so hot.
You hit it great. Keep hitting it.
Keep doing that,
double bogey
babe.
on a par 5.
Meanwhile,
I mean, do you need a better cheerleader? God damn it.
She's so happy driving the cart, like popping my high noon open, and I'm like, I just made a double bogey on a par 5. I'm like,
No, it's
he's like, but you look great, baby. Don't worry about that shit.
yes,
Professional.
that is the best cheerleader if I ever saw one.
That's the
Best
best
card
support
girl
ever,
ever.
dude. Support is important in a relationship, man. Kudos to you two, for real. Oh my god.
Let's cheers to that. 'Cause I
Always
only have a
warms my
little.
heart
I
seeing
only
you
got a
guys.
little bit left.
cheers.
Cheers to you
Cheers.
guys, for reals. God damn. To doing recreations with their goddamn couples.
No, cheers to her being like the hot cock girl.
But this is why I tell people, you meet people when you do what you love. You guys
Yeah.
in the industry together. You guys have similar hobbies, or at least the hobbies you have corresponding values in them. And y'all incorporate each other in those activities, and that's super important, I think, in a relationship. And I remember when y'all were fucking single, you know? Nicky was the fucking new girl in the state. I mean, West, bro. Y'all are just a small side note. You guys fucking warm my heart so goddamn much. And very few things do in this world. Not literally, but good job, guys.
Appreciate it.
I thought he was going to do one night stand, but no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
You heard that, right?
You heard it live.
I wish the fans could see all of our behind the scenes because we have so much good, like grade A shit talking going on.
We'll
Before
do that
we
in
start.
season 2. Season 2, I'm keeping it clean.
Season 2, yeah,
Keeping
season
it clean.
2. We
Season
need
2
to
will
do
get crazy,
a
alright?
POV like
It'll be more raw.
pre-show.
We'll give you guys more raw content, I promise. All right?
Yeah.
I promise to you guys.
I think the viewers need to see our pre-show because when we were just sitting here getting to know each other, introducing ourselves without the cameras on, we hit a lot of fucking good topics.
I still have a lot of shit I want to talk about.
Exactly. That's
Fucking
what I'm
dump
saying.
it, bro. And what else you got?
How much time we got?
I mean, enough to talk about it. Shit.
Okay, can we?
Go ahead,
go off
dump
topic?
real
Yeah.
quick.
We good?
Dump
I
real
want to
quick.
hear it.
Are we good?
Dump real quick.
Okay,
Go
can I-
ahead.
all right. So you guys ever get like on your merchant copy on your receipt, like excellent service, like exclamation point.
$5.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, are you shitting me? Who the
Yeah.
hell do you think you are? Like, and then you
Ken.
walk out with your whole family,
Ken.
all happy, and all that. And
Am I supposed to pay my bills with your
Excellent service.
verbal receipt?
Yes.
We call that a verbal tip.
Verbal tip.
What's
Yeah.
the worst? All right,
never
what's
heard
the
that before.
What's the worst tip you've ever gotten?
I mean, everybody can probably say 0.
0. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, no. You know
Yeah.
what? You know what? I take that back.
I mean,
the worst is when
$5?
no. Let's. I'm gonna make
Don't say 1
everybody.
cent.
I'm gonna,
Don't
I'm
say
gonna,
1
I'm
cent.
gonna make everybody ick right now. But I was gonna say if it's in the senses, right? It's not 0, but it's under $1. If somebody really tips you in coins, like they just fucking clear the
That's another. That's another thing.
They're
It's
like-
like when you see them bringing coins out
Oh yeah.
when you're walking past
I don't
the table.
want you to think
It's
I forgot about
insulting.
you.
You guys
just sucked
hear
at
this
your
fucking
job.
sound right here.
First of all,
Yeah.
oh, did you just drop?
Hold on. Have you ever had somebody-
Goddamn for yeah.
Have you ever had somebody try
Sorry,
to
I'm not
round
the
up
person.
to make their bank statement circle like it's 47 and they give you 3 something or 2.95? Does that make sense? Like they want
Yeah,
to
they want to make an
50.
even number. Yeah.
I always do it a penny less so that on their statement they see $49.99 instead of 50
Is that
even.
47 or
Right.
50?
Like, I
Yeah.
eat the penny so that they get pissed off.
You make
Oh my
them
God.
do the math.
Right.
I'm not stealing from them because I'm giving them a penny back. But
No,
I'm also
but
not going to
also
make
I
your bank
hate
statement right.
people that do that, where it's like they'll write the tip, like they write the total,
And they don't do the.
the tip.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the bill's $173. They want to do it even $200. Bitch, figure out what is it, $26? Bitch, write 26 motherfucking dollars.
They make you do the math.
yeah.
Right.
Actually, so my thing
It's
is
very
like.
lazy, America.
Is that not a normal
So-
thing?
What?
Lazy as fuck, Greg.
47? It's because they don't know the math and they're like, this server better.
Dude, I got left a coupon from Kroger.
Fuck up.
I swear to God, coupon from Kroger.
For what product?
It was like just like $20 off something.
Oh,
Just like,
nice.
whoops.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie, the Chick-fil-A guy though, he leaves a tip and then he leaves like a free Chick-fil-A breakfast, and I'm
Oh,
like,
fuck
that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Listen, I would love a free Chick-fil-A breakfast. That nigga could give me that.
yeah, but that's cool. But I go like, I don't want to go to Kroger. Like,
Yeah, no, I feel you. Chick-fil-A
I would-
breakfast surpasses anything else.
Literally, I hate to be one upper, but one time I had somebody leave me a gift card from the restaurant I work at.
No.
Yes.
Like for a tip?
For a tip.
No.
What the
Yeah.
fuck are you
You
saying
eat for
right
free
now?
there.
Time out,
They
time
left
out,
me the
time out.
rest. And when I said one time, I really
But you
mean
eat for
more
free
than
at
one
work.
time.
Wait. No, that's not everywhere. But first of all, how much was the fucking card?
And not a lot with the tip.
How much was
So
the tab?
barely a
how much
meal?
was the tab? And how much was the card?
God, I want to say it was around $150, and then you're gonna love this,
Oh no.
Beth. It was about a $20 tip.
Universal 20.
Dude. I'm sorry.
I mean,
It's okay.
it's,
Listen,
it's happened more than once.
those tips build character.
It's like, am I still in
You
it?
know what? That leads to one good night at their sister
At least you
restaurant, which is actually
hating
good.
your life.
He knows.
You don't know what you said until you work a 10-hour
Doesn't matter.
shift.
That's
It was hella shade. What he just said does not need to be disclosed any further. That's for sure.
The thing is that this podcast is gonna hit the right people, the service industry people that know exactly what the fuck we're talking about.
Your boy going to get a
And they know the happiness and misery that you feel working in this industry, because it can be amazing.
Yes.
It could be so fucking great.
Right.
And it can be so motherfucking bad at the same time.
But that's life.
So-
That's life.
That is life. And at least you get paid a lot of fucking money to deal with this bullshit.
I have met more connections through like regulars and people that I've served than I ever have in other avenues. And I have to say, like, there are some shitty days, but knowing the connections that I have just from serving has helped me so much in my life. Like,
Yeah.
and will continue to help me.
Of
Like he was
course.
talking about regulars earlier. There's some shitty regulars. There's some regulars that I look at them and I'm
Ass.
like, I never want to be
But the
like
friends
you.
that
do you
you've
want to talk about them?
The friends that
No.
you've made off of your job see your work ethic.
Right.
And that's why they've kept that contact.
Right.
So like we were saying earlier, this is a great stepping stone, because those friends are still your friends because they see how hard you work at this job.
Right.
And they will know that you work twice as hard
They know
at
your
the
true
next
grit.
job.
They know your true grit.
At
and how
whatever
fucking-
opportunity
yes.
they'll give you, they know they're gonna excel.
Wes, about your shitty regulars, let's just give me, you don't have to give pronouns and names and shit, but just talk about, like, give me some examples of what a shitty regular would qualify as.
Ooh.
You can use all the details you want without names.
How do I?
There's
how do
some
I
entitled
start?
regulars. Not all of them are shitty. There's just a lot of entitled ones that are like, I'm supposed to be here. I'm the only one here at this restaurant right now, and you better only pay attention to me.
Well, thanks for saying that, because I didn't know where to start. But yeah, entitled regulars, man, we have people in there that are just like complaining about the music being too loud, and then how
It's too cold.
It's too cold, or yeah, it's mainly older people that say that. all that.
Yeah.
The worst one is they're like, I know the owner. I'm like, oh, me too.
No shit,
like,
Sherlock.
I just went golfing with them yesterday.
Right, the motherfucker's not a hermit. That's not like
Right.
he owns a restaurant to fucking
Yeah.
like, hide in
No,
a cave.
people think
And
that
they'll-
holds so much validity, and it doesn't.
And they'll text the owner, like, you didn't have my drink today? I'm like, sorry, we're on a back order. Like, shit. Like,
Liquor doesn't
not
come when
that
the
easy,
fuck
baby.
you want
Yeah.
it to, bitch.
You
yeah.
don't
I was
operate
like,
through the liquor store.
right. We can't go across the street and buy it because it's
Illegal,
But that's-
bitch.
Who are you
It's
talking about?
illegal. For those of you who don't know this, it's illegal for a restaurant to go to another establishment that's a liquor store and just buy liquor that they need. Okay, does it happen? Absolutely.
is
fucking
illegal.
but it's not supposed to. Okay, so if someone says they don't have it, they don't have it. And back order something, you need to ask your local establishment about, because I'm not going to explain it to you fuckers.
Or drink something else.
That's
Or
it.
throw me a couple of 20s and I'll make it happen.
Dead ass.
Get them 20s.
Like slide some cash
I'll
under
say
and
it
I will
again.
make something happen.
Don't be a baby back bitch about it. Get it done.
Baby back, bitch. Baby back, bitch. Ain't no cheese between these buns.
Shut up. That is hilarious.
Oh my god. And by the way, I think I got that from that like Chili's commercial back in the day, like the
Bubba baby back.
They said baby back bitch.
I was talking about the longest yard. I got the shakes that'll make you quake.
oh shit.
Oh, they had the McDonald's all the time.
Yeah.
The fries that'll cross your eyes.
Fries that'll toss your eyes.
It's like I got the burgers that'll. Nah, shit, I just got burgers.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So, if y'all had to say something, I kind of thought about this question over the weekend, and I thought I'd address it with you guys because this would be a fun topic to talk about. And Craig, I'm going to you first.
Oh no.
Oh yes. From today, if you were to like be taken back in time on some like Justice League like Flash portal shit where you're talking to Bruce Wayne or something, if you were to talk to your first, like yourself, and the first day of work, like employment in the service industry, what would you tell yourself?
Oh God. Don't get abused by him.
Damn.
Yeah.
deep.
No. It's
Don't get
bad.
abused by him.
And times have changed. But you know, fucking
I hope that's verbal for you.
13. Yes.
Okay.
You know, like fucking 13, 15 years ago, things were different. And you have people that call themselves, you know, this is obviously when I'm jumping in back of house for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new, don't know anything. People run around calling themselves old school chefs. So
What does that mean?
what that
'Cause I definitely
basically
don't know.
means is you do whatever you have to do to stand out. Whether it means working off the clock for free, which I have 100% done, 20 to 40 hours a week, depending on the week. It's
For free. What do you mean? Like you're not paid
for free.
salary?
Yeah. You're stodging, you're learning, your craft.
So we all agree that stodges should be getting paid for their time. Is that what I'm hearing?
I agree.
Like training?
I
Yeah.
definitely agree now.
I mean, definitely no stodging before you're accepted into the like you're stodging, like you're testing it out.
No. This is
Training.
after the fact.
So this is training.
This is you've been hired and you're expected to do free hours to prove yourself.
That's fuckery. That's called.
That
free work.
is fuckery. And that, you know, it was on me. It was my mistake. I accepted these terms. I did learn a lot. I won't.
Like an internship?
I will not name restaurants, but you know, from
Describe the circumstances.
this particular restaurant, I've
so people
learned,
don't fall into this trap. What kind of circumstances are we talking about?
I mean, you're forced. This was okay. So keep in mind the economy was at a different time then.
What year?
This is when 2011, 2012, when everybody is, you know, you can hire anybody. You're lucky to have a job here, yada yada. But I did learn a lot. Would I do it again? Absolutely not. I'd raise a middle finger, tell them to go fuck themselves, and you know, be on my way. But at the time, 20 to 40 hours a week, you know, I learned how to make ice cream. I learned how to make desserts. I learned how to do a lot of stuff that advanced my career further down the line at, I don't know, the cost of half my soul.
So I guess I'm not gonna sit here and use the M word mature, but I will say like from a season perspective, it sounds like because obviously you're fucking not. Anyway, the point you're more experienced than I am, so that's not what I'm trying to say. But I am saying that it seems like what you experienced was a level of like you didn't know you were investing in yourself, but you took the time to at least learn the skills in that time span to make yourself better.
No, I didn't know they were taking advantage of me like that. I thought I was lucky to have the opportunity at that particular
But
restaurant.
is it not a matter of fucking like attitude and perspective, or did you just get jaded?
I mean, I
after you
guess I
learned
was
that
just
shit?
going as hard as I could. It's.
I guess what I'm asking you is like, did you kind of like, as you grew, was it more of like an Anakin Skywalker situation where you kind of got capped early, or were you
Like
kind of
what? Turned to evil or?
no, like you just grew too powerful for your own good? Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, or was it more so like they were strictly just abusing you for like?
They were definitely abusing me for what I had and what I learned, but at the same time, I'll drop a hint and say this was where inappropriate plates got learned. So in a weird little way, I got my own little self-revenge, not quite in terms of monetary value, but self-sanity.
Okay, I'm not gonna dig into that any further, but I appreciate your information, bro.
Of course.
Craig, I love you, bro. I really do. Nikki, what do you have to say about this kind of topic?
If I were to go back in time,
Yes. I'm talking about right now. If I just fucking shot a Rick Sanchez portal right there to the time that you became a server bartender for the first time, what do you think you'd tell yourself?
I would do a lot of it the same. I would just tell myself to, I don't know, keep learning the way that I was. I mean, I was very open to
So
learning.
be a sponge.
Yeah, I was in many different aspects. You can carry a lot of different aspects from serving into other parts of your life. I tried applying that in certain places and it worked beautifully. I've met amazing people along the way. I don't have anything that I would do differently.
No regrets.
I don't have no regrets.
No regrets on your journey.
No regrets.
Amen.
Yeah, it was good.
So, Wes, you know what's up.
It was a good experience. I would do it quite the same, and I'm grateful for the managers I had, the coworkers, a lot of the regulars, and a lot of the really shitty people.
Real life teachers, though. These are all real life teachers.
Yeah,
The shitty
really.
people, the fucking people who give you guidance, the ones that are older than you,
Yeah.
twice your age,
yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
much. So many
Man.
people helped me out throughout my life, and it would only be dedicated towards serving. And I hate to say it, but it's so true.
Especially in your 30s, like your mid 20s to 30s, like you learn, because then you get exposed to kids, as y'all have maybe seen in my viewers on my earlier show when I had the 19-year-olds on here, the barbacks. Definitely check out that episode because that was very interesting. But like going from like you, because it's nostalgic, you're thinking about, oh God, like when I was their age, I wasn't doing this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then to like you hear their perspective on life and their experience in the service industry versus the OGs, double OGs. It's like whatever. I'm just saying, like
I
there's a
try to be
generation-
opposite of what I encountered back then, where it was a lot of like bitterness and kind of like, like, oh my God, this sucks. And these people say, I try to be like opposite, like this is chill. We're all here for whatever. But everybody has their own experience.
Correct.
I've decently, personally, have had a good one. So
Good for you.
I would say that I'm grateful for it in a lot of
Amen
ways.
to
Yeah.
Wes, what you gotta say on that?
Especially like starting out when I was like 15, especially like being like a dishwasher and a food runner at an Irish pub. So definitely it was a huge eye-opening thing for me because like I had never done it before, especially in an Irish pub when you got like biker people coming in and you got like just drunks, like your regulars every day. Being a food runner, it was almost like being a server at the same time because like you're dropping off food there and then people are like, oh, I need this, but I need a refill on this. And I'm like,
Yeah, you don't get a pass of being a food runner.
no, you don't. I'm like, I need another beer. And you're like, I'm 15 years old. I have no idea what the hell you're drinking at this point. So, and then I need this other side. But like I said, like it does, like serving does come with a lot of benefits. Like if you want to do something else in your career, like multitasking, doing all that, communication as well. But saying like if a lot of people are hearing this who have never been in the restaurant industry, it's a lot to handle. Like it's not just a 9-to-5 job. Like you're not sitting in a chair all day. You're on your feet all day. So
Dealing with any personality that walks through that door on Russian fucking roulette times infinity.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You don't know who or what kind of person, what kind of day they had. Factors that definitely impact your tipping average. Your tip
Absolutely.
average.
You guys ever look at your I don't know if you guys have an iPhone or all that, but you like look at your health app. You see how many steps you take a day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
On a
I take like 15,000 steps.
on a
days.
double, I'm averaging 20,000.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
On a
Yeah.
double, I'm 15.
And you're walking on hard floor and
16,000.
concrete the whole time.
In a limited area.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
You're just
So-
running laps, really.
Yeah.
Minimal.
Circles and
If you're a decent server bartender somewhere, it's legit. Not to shit on anybody who's not doing these hours, but on average, you're working 68 hours a day. And typically, if you're grinding, you're definitely working like 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
Easy.
Right? Easy. Those are stacked up doubles, but shit, man. Doubles hit you harder than people think they do.
And you think you're gonna eat healthy and be like skinnier by running around, but you're
No.
just shoving fries.
Definitely.
the
You're
worst
just
part.
you
eating
want
French
carbs
fries.
and protein because you've been fucking scavenging all
Right.
day. You don't eat breakfast. I'm sorry. It's hard to eat breakfast as in this industry. for
No,
some
you
reason.
drink coffee and smoke a joint.
Right.
Want to talk
Some
about
of-
Mother's Day? Oh my God.
Mu-
No.
Anyway, one last closing message from all of you guys before we close out today's episode, and I thank you so much for being here. MJ, I didn't get to hear your piece about, what honestly, like, what would you tell yourself back in the day? Like,
I don't know, because I feel like this has been the most rewarding job I've had. You learn so much being a bartender server that I think that I would have just gotten into it sooner, because I transitioned from stripping to bartending when I was like 23. So I would have cut the whole stripping part out. If I would have known, I would have made just as much serving at a high-end steakhouse.
damn.
So
The world
it's like,
needs to hear that shit.
I bet you made
No
big
offense to the
stripping
fucking
though,
stripping
girl.
industry.
I only made that bag, but you spend
Right.
it as fast as you get it. So
Yeah, much more intact than
You know.
than it. I feel what you're saying.
yeah, I think that like stripping teaches you a lot more bad habits. Like as a server, you have the bad habit of spending a lot of money like eating out. I think a lot of servers spend a lot of money eating out and on extracurriculars because we make so much, which is also a habit that strippers tend to have. But I think that, there comes a certain type of confidence you get when you make money with your clothes on, like you don't get when you're stripping. And that's why I always encourage women to, if you think you're not making any money, be a server before you start being a stripper.
That's true because you have the advantage of the industry.
Yes. I think people just go ahead to stripping without realizing you can make just as much money serving. So I think that's my
If there's any way I can add to that, I'm
Please do.
literally working 2 shifts a week right now, on a little hiatus, and I'm making a little more than half is what I made as a manager,
correct. So see,
working 50 hours, 55
bitch, don't get
hours
naked,
a week.
become a server.
So
Once again, to reiterate, you're saying, Craig, that you,
I'm
as a
working about
manager, you work. Wait, what do you do now?
I'm working about 8 hours a week right
As
now.
what? What do you do?
Just serving,
As a server, you make
bartending.
more than a bartender. As a server, you make more than a manager. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, in the 8 hours I'm working now a week, I'm making a little over half as much as I did working 50 hours a week as manager.
Oh, so you're doing quarter the time for half as much
Makes
money.
sense.
Less than
Less than.
about a fifth.
Managers
of the
don't
time.
make.
They say you want to be
They
a
don't make
manager. I was
shit.
like,
They don't
why
make
would I take a
dick.
pay cut?
Yeah,
Right.
Not to shit on
No.
the fucking managers, but for those of you youngins who are looking upward, just trying to find your own goddamn route and don't be a manager if you can help it. Sorry. If
Please.
you are a manager and
People
if you
kill
are,
yourself.
cheers to you because you're living a gritty ass fucking life.
All right,
We
well,
appreciate you
cheers
for that.
to a great last show.
Cheers to a finale, people, and just for the shout out, thank you very much. I know everyone's just, damn, I should have. Anyway, cheers to everybody. Thank you guys for being on the show. MJ, Wes,
Thank you.
Hey, last
Nicky,
show.
Craig. Quick shout out, folks, at the very end. I just want to close out here. We have a very special event in Atlanta that I just experienced and got knowledge to for the first time yesterday. I was a very delighted patron of the beautiful public draft house off of Ponce and Peachtree in beautiful Atlanta. They are a very, 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 very cozy cheers type environment that I appreciate very much. They do a lemonade stand every Sunday that contributes to the housing and the healing and research of children with diseases and cancer patients, and their lemonade stand donates to that, which they do every Sunday starting at 1 o'clock. And I want
So we're all going this Sunday.
absolutely. So definitely
Great.
where you need to be on a Sunday is at once again the
Cheers.
I'll
Public
cheers to
Draft
that.
House off of Pond City Market, Pond City Avenue, and Peachtree. Their address is going to be 654 Peachtree Street, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia 30308. And I mean, just try to reach out and help out to your community as best as possible. People, that's one thing that I just want to make very clear about our show and our message to the service industry is that unity is important. We are the United States of America, and we are meant to exuberate the spirit of unity every day that we are here in this beautiful country. And I think that it's important to definitely start that journey, if nowhere else, at the freaking restaurant, bar that you frequent at, because these people understand this shit more than anybody else possible. Like, there's no other career or journey or job that gives you the kind of exposure that we do on a daily basis. And I can't love you guys and thank you for enough for what you do, because y'all heal people every day and every week for years and lifetimes. So thank you guys for doing what you do, and I appreciate y'all being on this journey with me. So thank you for being on Bar Banter. Thank you, America and Georgia and Atlanta, for being here and a part of this. Miss MJ, Mr. Wes, Nicky, and Craig, and from every single one of my guests and supporters that have tuned into this show and continue to share this, thank you very much. And this has been season 1 of Bar Banter. Thank you very much. And that's out. 3,